My name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I am viewing the second in this little box called Tom Ford Private Blend Rose de Chine, which I've just been informed is Chinese rose. Eau de Parfum. This is £178 for 50ml. Notes are Rose Absolute, Chinese Peony, and myrrh, and it says it's still going on about its rose garden. This lightweight blend is infused with Rose Absolute, Chinese Peony before closing on myrrh. All that's left is to pop it in your suitcase and make a beeline for the airport. So are these all holiday fragrances? Are these all going to be light and airy? Is that why he said you need to layer it with rose prick? I do love this though. It's like Christmas. Have any of you out there tried these fragrances layered over rose brick? Do they really make a difference? Do you like them on your own? Please leave your comments below, of course, about what you think about these lightweight fragrances for 180 quid. What do you think about that as well? Do we have our bottles of rose de Chine? Are we engaged with the higher self? Let's get testing. I prefer this one because of the coumarin and it's got that sweetness to it. So I love sweet fragrances, so I prefer this one straight off. So I prefer this, but it's way too light. This is going to be gone straight away. So again, this is not musk heavy. Hedione base, you can smell the hedione in this. It's very, very light. Coumarin base, and this is two forms of the coumarin. Coumarin, which is white crystalline, which smells of tonka bean. It can be dry, it's indispensable, but it's allergenic. If you want to increase the coumarin concentration, or if you want to add a more lactonic version of it, there's the other form, which is in this as well. And you can smell the two forms in this one. Sweeter. So this is acetates, rhubarb acetates, fruit acetates mixed with coumarin and hedione. Ylang ylang, I like ylang ylang. Ylang ylang I use quite a lot. It gives a narcotic feel to it. Ionones. So this smells like a more oriental rose-based fragrance. How many videos ago I asked you what you felt about the term oriental? Is it offensive? Is it triggering people? All the rest of that stuff. This I would classify as an oriental type fragrance, but it is devoid of amber. So it has no vanillin, no ethyl vanillin, but coumarin. So this I wouldn't classify as ambery, but it is classified as an oriental type perfume. So this leaves holes in calling oriental type perfumery amber, because this is an amber-based fragrance, but it's oriental. So what do we call this? Do we call this a floral fragrance? Do we call it an oriental fragrance? I kind of don't know. I'd love to see this. If there is a change from an oriental being offensive, of course we don't want to use it. So, but there needs to be a better name than amber, because this is an amber. Ionones and coumarin and ylang ylang give this feel. Aquatic, light, airy, not musk heavy. This will be gone off my skin in half an hour. It's very nice. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love the citruses on the top. I love the aquatic note through it. I love the dry sweetness to it. It smells quite youthful, playful, light and airy. Again, would suit a holiday, would suit that sun, which they are marketing it to. Is this limited to the summer? All that stuff. On to my final thoughts. I mean, it's nice. It's constructed around phenyl ethyl alcohol, citronal, linalool. That is the construction of rose accords. And I tell you why I like rose fragrances, because it was the first accord I really, really got right. And so I had a eureka moment with how to construct rose. And I love it. So that's why I've got a real thing for it, alongside loving Rose Absolute. It's my most favorite thing in the world. I prefer this one to the Amalfi one. That's completely gone and I'm just left with that aquatic feel. But all I'm going to be left with in half an hour is coumarin and the other form of coumarin. That's all I'm really going to be left with some of that aquanil or something. Again, my criticism comes for £178. It should last longer than half an hour. It should be suitable for sort of all occasions, all of that. You shouldn't have to buy something else to layer with it. Incidentally, how I would sort out this is my carbon fragrance under these, 2 sprays of carbon with, so sprayed like that, sprayed like that, sprayed like that, kind of whatever. And then this over the top would solve this problem. And it wouldn't alter the notes in it. It would actually increase the vibrancy of it and would latch it on longer. So that would solve that. So I'll go through my final thoughts and marks. Tom Ford is safe, legal, compliant, super professional. Hurrah for that. Longevity and projection is not going to last. It's having to go very near. I'm just going to be left with coumarin, all that sort of stuff on the skin. Do I like it? Not really. But that's my opinion. Of course, that's fragrance is so subjective. Again, I'm going to mark it as 7 out of 10. No, for the price, I'm going to mark it as 6 out of 10. It's the price. Everything over £100 should last. Everything over £100 should project. It's a lot of money when you're talking nearly £200 for a fragrance. So again, it's maybe over the rose prick. It's amazing, but as it is, again, I don't feel I can recommend it. But I think it's nice, and I think for the summer it'd be lovely. But apart from that, I think a 6 out of 10 I think is fine. If it was, again, lesser in price, I'd mark it higher. But for £180 for 50ml for something that's lasting half an hour, doesn't matter how great it is, I think we need to ask more for our money. That's my opinion. So I hope you love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands and lots of fragrance views. Hope you're feeling safe and well, and I'll see you soon.